What's up, everybody? Here it is, Insanity, here back at Loud and Live 2014 in Louisville, Kentucky. And I have John, the drummer from Volbeat, here with me. How's it going today, brother?
It's going good. Cold as hell, but
yeah,
it's metal.
It was even colder yesterday, man. It was,
okay.
yeah, it made my back act up, so I had to leave. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. All right, it looks like it might rain, but how's the reception been here? You guys go on later. How's the fans been? The reaction here at the festival? What have you seen so far?
To be honest, I haven't really seen anything. You know, I got up, got a cup of coffee, something to eat. I'm just walking around in this area. I haven't been out yet. Might go out a little later. You know,
they got a pretty good lineup. I know that a lot of the bands that are playing here today are on your tour. You know, you got Five Finger Death Punch, of course, Nothing More, and one other one I can't remember.
Hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah, that's right. What's that tour been like? Because I know it's been running for a good bit. How have it been with those bands? You know, Nothing More, the up and coming band, and you guys, of course, the heavy hitters. How's the tour been going so far?
It's been going really great. I mean, a lot of big crowds every night. You know, a couple of the shows has been sold out. Yesterday was sold out, for instance, and you know, it's been going really good. I mean, it's 4 different types of music, but it kind of gels. I mean, every band has their fan following, but you know, I think it's going really well, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to share and get a new audience listening to you and things like that. So who's your favorite? Like, who's the craziest person on this tour of any band? Who would you say is like the craziest one that like is the funnest to be out on tour with?
Rob.
Oh yeah. Right.
Every day with Rob is definitely an adventure. You know, there's always something happening around Rob. I don't know if it's intentional, but something's always happening.
Maybe he just likes to be that kind of guy, I guess. You know, just kind of happens.
He's a rock star. Come on.
Well, you're a rock star too, man.
Yeah, but
you're the drummer of Volbeat, man. Come on.
I know, but I'm not like Rob. I mean, Rob is a true rock star.
You know. To be honest, I'm kind of a boring guy, except when I'm doing interviews. Believe it or not, I'm kind of weird. Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a really quiet guy, believe it or not. But so tell me about the new album. I mean, you guys released it a few months ago, but I mean, it did really well on the charts. I mean, you guys got a great reception from it. What have you guys found from the fans? I mean, the reaction when you guys play. I mean, have they been really receptive of it?
I think so. I definitely believe so. They are. I mean, some songs work better in other areas than others, you know. But it's kind of hard to say. Oh, now that we are in Louisville, we definitely have to play. You know, let's say Pearl Hard or something. But, you know, we change the set list almost every night. You know, just 1 or 2 songs. So just, you know, to keep things fresh, basically. But we try to play, I'll say, between 5 and 6 songs from the new album every night, you know, and see how it goes. And,
oh, hell yeah.
I mean, it's going pretty good. I mean, the singles that were put out has all gone to the top 10, you know. So
Doc Holliday, I really dig that one too. It came out, been out a while, but it's cool. I like the styling of it, you know.
Yeah, Doc is the latest one that's been released over here, and it's just reached the top 10 too. So, I mean, hey, who can complain?
Yeah, that's right, man. Life is good. So let me ask you, before you guys hit it big in the U.S., did you guys have a big following in Finland, or was that something where it was kind of like you were like underground?
It started off as an underground thing, of course, and then, you know, back home it started when we got played on the radio, actually, with the song Garden's Tale, and that went to #1, and all of a sudden it went gold and platinum and all that stuff. But apart from Denmark, of course, I would say probably Germany and Finland, actually. In Finland, we almost went straight into the arenas. Almost. We started off in actually some big clubs, and then headed on actually into the arenas. Germany was a bit tougher, but it's a much bigger country. You know, we started off playing really small clubs, progressed into theaters, and you know, for the last 2 years we've been playing arenas in Germany too.
And now you guys are a household name, man. You guys are you guys are awesome. So let me ask you, at what point in your guys' career did you realize that like this is it for us? Like this is what we're going to be doing, and what you guys knew you would hit it big? At what point?
I mean, we never knew that we were going to hit it big. I mean, you know, how could we known that? I mean, when we started out, me and Michael would often sit and talk and say, you know, we like this is fun, but who's going to listen to it? Because what is this type of music? We just put everything together in one big pile, and a lot of record company rejected us in the beginning and said, you know, we kind of like it, but we don't know what to do with it.
And a little bit odd, a little bit different, right? I mean,
it must have been slightly different. For us, it was just a no-brainer. It was like, well, we play whatever we want to play.
That's good.
And all of a sudden, you know, some started picking up on it, and then it has this steady grow all the time, and it started off in Europe, and then we came over here, and it started kind of like the same thing. It's kind of started now in the UK as well. We're doing a UK tour in November, which I'm pretty sure is going to be sold out the whole way. So
awesome.
It's definitely happening. But there was never really a point where we kind of sat down and said, okay, this is it. This is now we're big. Now we made it or something.
Gotcha. You kind of just went with the flow then. You just kind of let things happen as they were.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because I don't think you can plan stuff out and say, oh yeah, at this point we'll be oh so big. But you know, I mean, we could have failed. Who knows?
I got you. So let me ask you, because I know as a whole, you know, Scandinavia, were there any there were any bands that kind of took you under their wing that mentored you, or was it something where you guys kind of set out on your own? Were there any bands that kind of you looked up to that maybe helped you out in that area?
I have to say, of course, even though it's kind of getting old hat and still talk about it, but of course, you know, being out with Metallica in the US and parts of Europe as well definitely helped. I mean, how can it not help? You're touring with the biggest band of all time.
Yeah.
So of course that definitely helped, especially here in America, because when we started doing, you know, our own smaller shows, that we would see people wearing Metallica shirts or even started wearing our shirts, and when we met those people, they go, oh yeah, I saw you with Metallica in, you know, Las Vegas or California or New York or whatever, you know, and we really thought this was good. So of course, being out with those guys helped a lot. I would say as well, going out with Nightwish a couple of months prior to the Metallica tour helped as well, because there's been people coming, oh, I saw you with Nightwish, and that was really awesome. We're like, oh, you did? Oh, cool. But, you know, in Europe, we were kind of more on our own, actually. Of course, we did, you know, share the stage with some bigger bands like Creator and stuff like that, but we never really toured with anybody in Europe that way. It was more like we were on our own, and then on festivals, you know, we would of course be playing with other bands, but we were more like on our own there.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering if as a whole, because I know Scandinavia is one of those regions where, you know, you got Sweden, of course you got Finland, and then Denmark. I wasn't sure if it was like all that everybody kind of as a whole, or if every country's kind of different. I wasn't sure if that's...
Well, you know, those four countries, Denmark, Norway, Sweden and Finland, are different. I mean, you know, they all have their different scene. Everybody knows that especially during the 90s, Sweden had this huge death metal scene coming up, like Dismember, Entombed, you know, Edge of Sanity, all those bands. But we never really... We have played with Entombed a lot of times. We took them out on tour once in Europe, but we never really, you know, were part of that scene or anything. But it was part of the inspiration when we grew up was definitely from there. Norway has, you know, the black metal scene, but that's pretty far away from us. And I like some of the black metal bands actually, and Michael does too. But it was never really something that we go, oh, we got to tour with a black metal band, because we would stick out like a sore thumb anyway. So.
Be definitely a different reach for you guys. I think you know, you guys would maybe, you know, click with a few, you know, black metal, just because you guys have such a different style. And you know, when you first hear you guys, it's really hard to catch on to the music, but once you get it, it's just like it's stuck in your head, and you guys really...
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people actually say that. It's kind of difficult in the beginning to understand what it was that you guys are doing, but now I get it.
Yeah,
you know, I can't get that stupid song out of my head.
I was actually DJing for an independent station, and somebody requested a song, and I was like, who's this band? Volbeat. I listened, I was like, oh my god, I have to listen to these guys. And then I've been a big fan ever since. So let me ask you here, last question before I get to your links and everything. What personal sacrifices did you make, you know, for this band? I mean, either personal or professional, to get where you're at in this industry. What kind of sacrifice did you have to make?
I mean, the biggest sacrifice is, of course, that you know, even though, like I said, the longest tours that we do, which is over here, is it's like 6 weeks in a row. But you know, so of course, the biggest sacrifices is the people that you leave at home. You know, wives, girlfriends, kids. You know, all that stuff. Fortunately, we're now in a position where we can afford to take out, you know, wives and sometimes the kids too. But definitely, you know, leaving your family and friends at home. But fortunately, all of us has, you know, old friends that understand this is what we do, you know, and we're away for a certain period of time of the year. But I mean, you could work on an oil rig where you're away for like 6 months.
That's true. At least you guys are doing what you love to do.
Absolutely. I mean, we make a living out of our hobby. I mean, who can complain about that?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream life. But a lot of people don't understand how much work it actually takes. Like, I take it for granted. They see you guys, they think, oh, well, they're just rich and they just have it all made. Not really. I mean, not really.
No, of course it takes a lot, you know, and you of course you do make a lot of sacrifices, and it's also a chance. I mean, I still kept on holding on to my day job up until, I guess, somewhere late 2008 before I quitted it, because I was like, who knows how this thing is gonna last. And I would go to work Monday to Thursday and then go straight out for the weekend. Didn't sleep for like 6 months or something.
Man,
like
oh my God.
And in the end, it was like, okay, I got to quit my day job.
Yeah,
and I haven't regretted that, I have to say.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it still looks like it's turned out pretty good for you. So let me get your links, man. I know we got limited amount of time here, but go and give us your links where you can find you and then your latest album and everything.
In these modern day and age, of course, there is the World Wide Web, and our website is called volbeat.dk. Okay. We have an official Facebook profile. I think MySpace is still up and running, so we're probably there.
New MySpace, I think, is what they got now. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of old hat. And of course, you know, there'll be Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. You know, we're there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, go check those guys out. And what's your latest album? I know it's some Shady Ladies, but
Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies.
Yeah, I got the Shady Ladies, bro. I remember the ladies. I don't know.
I mean, me neither.
But go pick it up. And when are you guys gonna be back in the studio? Anytime soon, or are you guys still gonna be touring for a while?
We're gonna be touring for a while.
Awesome, man.
The studio is far, far away right now.
I got you. Well, let's go out and see these guys live. They're very humble guys, from what I could tell, and very, very awesome music. If you haven't heard them, go check out Volbeat. And thank you very much, John, for your time, brother man. And this is Insanity here, Echo Asylum here in Louder Than Life, 2014, Louisville, Kentucky. Rock on.